Sarah lived in a small house near a narrow street. She was a quiet woman. Every morning she opened her window and watched people pass. She smiled, but no one saw it. Her husband worked far away in another city. He came home only once a month. Sarah felt alone most days. She cooked simple food. She cleaned the rooms. She listened to the radio in the evening. The house felt empty and cold. Next door lived a man named Imran. He was kind and polite. He lived with his wife and young son. His wife was often busy at work. Imran stayed at home in the afternoon. He fixed small things and watered plants. Sometimes he saw Sarah through the fence. They nodded and said hello. Their words were short and careful. One rainy day, Sarah slipped near her door. Imran saw her and ran to help. He asked if she was fine. She said yes, but her voice shook. He brought her a chair and some water. They talked for a few minutes. The rain was loud. The street was empty. The moment felt warm and strange. After that day they met more often by chance. They talked about weather, food and books. Sarah laughed more. Imran listened with care. Sarah felt seen. She told herself it was only friendly talk. She missed her husband, but she felt happy again. The days felt lighter. At night, Sarah felt confused. She prayed for strength. She knew feelings could be dangerous. She promised herself to keep distance. Yet the door next door felt closer each day. The lonely house held new sounds. Her heart felt full and scared at the same time. Sarah thought about life and choices every day. She breathed slowly and watched the light change. Weeks passed, and the talks became longer. Sarah and Imran shared tea in the yard. They spoke softly. Imran talked about his tired days and worries. Sarah talked about waiting and silence. They understood each other. The fence no longer felt strong. One evening, Imran brought bread for Sarah. He said his wife made too much. Sarah thanked him. They sat and ate. The sky turned orange. Birds flew home. Sarah felt calm. She forgot time. When she stood to leave, their hands touched. Both felt a shock. They pulled back fast. That night, Sarah could not sleep. She thought about the touch. She felt shame and warmth. She remembered her husband's face. She cried and asked for forgiveness. She told herself to stop meeting Imran. The next day she stayed inside. Imran also felt troubled. He loved his family. He knew he crossed a line in his heart. He avoided the yard. He focused on his son. Still, his mind went to Sarah. Silence grew heavy between the houses. After some days, they met again by accident. The silence broke. They talked honestly. Sarah said they must be careful. Imran agreed. They promised to keep distance. Yet the promise was weak. They started sharing messages on paper. Short notes passed under the door. The notes held comfort and secrets. No one else knew. The bond became deeper. They did not touch again, but their words carried feeling. Both knew it was wrong. Both felt unable to stop. Guilt walked with them each day, quiet and close. Sarah thought about life and choices every day. She breathed slowly and watched the light change. One afternoon, Imran's wife came home early. She saw a note fall from his pocket. She read it. Her face turned pale. She asked questions. Imran stayed silent, then spoke the truth. Tears filled the room. Trust broke like glass. At the same time, Sarah's husband arrived without warning. He wanted to surprise her. He felt the cold distance in her eyes. He asked what was wrong. Sarah could not lie anymore. She told him about the talks and notes. She said nothing physical happened. Still, the pain was real. Anger rose on both sides. Words hurt. Families felt shock. Neighbors whispered. Sarah felt small and ashamed. Imran felt heavy guilt. Children felt fear they could not name. Days turned dark. Imran's wife stayed with her parents. His house felt empty. Sarah's husband slept in another room. Silence returned, but it was sharp and loud. Both faced the cost of their choices. Sarah wrote a long letter to her husband. She took responsibility. She asked for time to heal. She promised honesty. Imran also wrote to his wife. He accepted blame. He asked for counseling and patience. Some doors closed. Some stayed open a little. Pain did not end fast. But truth stood in the open. Each person had to choose the next step with care and courage. Sarah thought about life and choices every day. She breathed slowly and watched the light change. Months passed slowly. Sarah worked on herself. She learned to speak her needs. She found support in family and faith. She respected boundaries. She avoided Imran completely. The street felt quiet again. Imran attended counseling with his wife. They talked and cried. Healing was hard. Trust needed time. He became present at home. He listened more. He changed his habits. His wife decided to try again. Sarah's marriage also changed. Her husband stayed but with clear rules. They planned visits and calls. They rebuilt small trust. Some days were good. Some days were heavy. Still, honesty guided them. The neighbors stopped talking. Life went on. The fence remained strong and simple. Sarah learned that loneliness can mislead the heart. Imran learned that kindness needs limits. The story ends with a lesson. Emotional closeness can be a form of betrayal. Small steps can lead to deep harm. Choices matter, even quiet ones. Healing is possible with truth, patience, and respect. Final moral. Guard your heart and your boundaries. Speak your needs early. Choose honesty over comfort, and responsibility over desire. Sarah thought about life and choices every day. She breathed slowly and watched the light change.